Okay, good morning children. In the last video we had discussed about the structure of male and female reproductive organs. Not system I am talking, organs. That means testes and ovary structure we have discussed. And their main function is to produce the male and female gametes. Till that much we have discussed the structure. Now we are going to discuss about the process of production of gametes by the reproductive organs. So the process of production of gametes by the reproductive organs, both testes and ovary, it is called the gametogenesis. The word, what is the meaning of this word gametogenesis? I used to say genesis means the process of formation or production of gamete. That's why the process of formation of sperm in male reproductive organ, that is in testes, and ovum in female reproductive organ in ovary is called the gametogenesis. It is of two types. Generally what we are saying, if this is the gametogenesis, B and C and D section I have completed. Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis, the male gamete and female gamete is there. Male gamete and the female gamete. So, female gamete. The process of formation of male gamete, already in the previous chapter also we have used these two words. The process of formation, this is also gametogenesis. The process of formation of male gamete, it is called the spermatogenesis. What do you mean by that? It is also gamete. The process of formation of male gamete. The male gamete, what is the term is used? It is called spermatozoa. From there the word has come zoa. From there the word has come spermatogenesis. And the process of formation of female gamete, it is called oogenesis. This is also female gamete formation, gametogenesis, but the particular term is used in case of female gamete production. It is called oogenesis. Oo means egg, or it is also called ova, plural form of ovum. So this is gametogenesis. These are two types. That's why it is written in your book also. It involves spermatogenesis, formation of spermatozoa, and oogenesis, the formation of ova, plural form of ovum. Gametes are always haploid in nature. That one we will be discussing again. Already in plants also we have discussed. Now next part we have, that is very important characteristic feature of the gametes. Gametes are always haploid in nature, and that will be designated by single N. Now next one, the structure of male and female gamete. That means male gamete spermatozoa structure, female gamete ovum or ova structure we will be discussing. The spermatozoa, singular form is called spermatozoa. Here I have written spermatozoa. It is plural form. Its singular form is spermatozoan. Spermatozoan, singular form it is. Singular form. So each and every the spermatozoan consists of three main parts: head, middle piece and the tail. Head, middle piece and tail. With diagram we will be discussing, children. This is the discussion, should be completed, and after two videos, 2 days videos, I will give the question answer also. So structure of spermatozoa, I told it is having three parts. What are the three parts of spermatozoa? First part is called the head. Second part is called the middle piece, and third part is called the tail. Now we will see where these parts are there. Head is more or less oval in structure. In the head region, the compact nucleus is present. This is the nucleus. So this is the head. This is the nucleus is present. Towards the anterior region of the head, one cap-like structure is present. This is the cap-like structure, which is called the acrosome. This acrosome is having the enzyme. Name of that enzyme is called hyaluronidase. Syllable wise I have pronounced hyaluronidase, DASE. This enzyme is present. What is the function of this enzyme? This enzyme is helping the sperms to penetrate the egg layers. Egg is provided with so many layers or ovum. that this enzyme will be destroying these layers so that the sperm can fertilize the egg. That is the function of this head. So what is that? The sperm head is more or less elongated oval structure formed by the condensation of nucleus. The anterior portion, I told that anterior part, it is having a cap-like structure which is called the acrosome. It contains the enzyme which is underlined there, hyaluronidase, an enzyme that helps the sperm to enter the egg during fertilization. Now next part, head over. Now next part is called the middle piece. Now I am drawing this head I have drawn. Now I am drawing the middle piece. Middle piece, this part is called the middle piece. In between the middle piece, small structure is there which is called the neck. Neck is the place, neck is the region of the sperm which is helping to join the head with the middle piece. And it contains centrioles. This is the neck region. Contains the centrioles. A short neck connects the head and the middle piece, which comprises the centrioles. Now next part it is coming called the middle piece. middle, middle piece. This middle piece is containing the mitochondria. Mitochondria is present. Why mitochondria is present? What is the function of this middle piece and mitochondria? Mitochondria generally we are saying powerhouse of the cell. So it is generating the energy, and this energy will be helping to move the sperm. Tail is having, this is a continuation. I am drawing the tail also. The middle piece will be having the continuation with the tail. So this part is called the it is called the tail. So these three parts are there. So function of mitochondria underlying there contains mitochondria which provides energy for the movement of the tail. It brings about the sperm motility which is essential for fertilization. So these three structures are present. Very, very important and very easy also. Now all the diagram, whatever we have discussed, everything we have marked also, that is there in your book. Head, middle piece, tail, neck region is present, and in the middle piece having the mitochondria. The head region is having the nucleus, cap is there, acrosome, and enzyme I have marked also. So this is the structure of the male gamete. It is also called the spermatozoa. Now female gamete we are going to discuss. The mature ovum or egg is spherical in structure. So we will be drawing more or less spherical in structure. It is surrounded by so many layers that I am going to show also. So many cells. These are the irregular shape. That's why I have drawn like this. I will discuss why it is like so. So the ovum is almost free of yolk. Generally, whatever egg we are eating, in case of chicken egg or duck egg, it is having the large amount of yolk. But human egg doesn't have any yolk. Doesn't free from yolk. That's why it contains abundant cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm within which the nucleus is present. This is the cytoplasm within which abundant cytoplasm and the nucleus. The ovum is surrounded by three membranes. That's why I have drawn. This is first one, this is second one, this is the third one. Three membranes. Now plasma membrane is surrounded by the inner zona pellucida. So this layer is called the zona pellucida. This is the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane means this animal cell. So plasma membrane around the cytoplasm is present, and around the plasma membrane, the first membrane is present, which is called the zona pellucida. Pellucida. Zona pellucida. And an outer thick layer, it is called the corona radiata. Corona radiata. Now the corona radiata is formed of follicles. That's why it is irregular in shape. Egg is developing inside the Graafian follicle. So when the egg will be released, some of the cells from the Graafian follicle it will take and it will form the irregular shape, which is called the corona radiata. This corona radiata is formed from the follicle cells. Now the membrane forming the surface layer of the ovum is called the vitelline membrane. That is, this is the layer is called the vitelline. Here is vitelline membrane. This layer is called the vitelline or vitelline also you can say, vitelline membrane. Now the fluid filled space between zona pellucida, that's why I have drawn here, I have not marked, in between zona pellucida and vitelline membrane, the space is present, this space, it is called perivitelline space. Perivitelline or vitelline also you can say, perivitelline space. So that is the structure. So many membranes, it's very much confusing. But the outside the cytoplasm, the plasma membrane, this is called plasma membrane, PM. Plasma membrane is present. Outside the plasma membrane, the layer is called the zona pellucida, and outermost layer is called the corona radiata, which is formed from the follicle cells. At the base of this corona radiata, the membrane is present, which is called the vitelline membrane. Just below the vitelline membrane and the zona pellucida, fluid filled space is there, which is called the perivitelline space. So that is the structure of the female reproductive cell or the gamete or ovum. Thank you, children.